got it right through to the boundary to bring up a good 50 for Michael Bevan.
That's a very good innings. If anything, a better innings than the one where he made the 100 against England the other day. The bowling has been tighter. He's reined himself in. Hasn't done anything silly at all. Has played some lovely strokes and has used his brains apart from his stroke play.
Michael Bevan on 59, Ponting on 14. It's very well bowled, and it's through, and it's 4 runs. He chipped it in the air. It didn't give him any room at all, but he's got it away.
Yeah, magnificent shot again. At this stage of a one-day international, you've got to take some risks. It's 4 down, and you have a look at this shot. Right off the meat of the bat, it's in the air, granted. A great effort again. Mid-on diving away a long way to his right there.
It's gone again, and Warren misses it. That's 4. That should have been stopped, and that's the pressure applied when you really hit a ball at the meat of the bat. And Bevan sparkling here at the Sydney Cricket Ground and lifting Australia out in a very good position.
Yes, having just said they're doing very well in the field, that was one of the very few mistakes. Just watch Warren. This may have had to do a bit to do with the last one where he came down heavily on his shoulder. That's whipped wide of him, and he just took a little bit too long to get down. Warren is going to continue, having come down very heavily on his shoulder last over.
Last over from Shane Warne. It's by to Ricky Ponting, who does the right thing. Gives a strike to Bevan. Bevan will come back for 2 here. It's David Boone with the soft arm. That's excellent running. Hits the stumps, but Bevan and Ponting, excellent running. Never any doubt there at all.
Yes, I don't think Boone was really heaving it in either. He decided to get it in, but they were on their way. He hit the stumps directly, but they were home. Just watch the running here. See Ponting's flat out, but Bevan's the one who's coming to the danger end. He touches and back like a flash, and Boone gives away. And he thought of trying to run Bevan out. He goes for Ponting.
Sweeps fine. They may look for 2. McGrath's got a good arm. Not prepared to take him on. 50-run partnership.
Yes, that's good thinking, not taking McGrath on. And Shear here for the 50 partnership.
Fantastic atmosphere here at the Sydney Cricket Ground for the first final of the Benson Hedges World Series. 4 overs to be bowled. They'll be looking at 10 runs per over from here on in. Knock him over. That's good bowling, because he bowled nice and straight. The idea from Ponting was okay. It was very good delivery. Nice and full and straight at the stumps.
Yes, you can forgive Ponting for that. He really had to go for it. He's down to just very few overs now. And you could see there that he was trying to heave it over mid-wicket. There was no one back at mid-wicket. Just short there, so he could get underneath it, just back a little bit. And he eventually dragged it back onto the stumps. And so that's good bowling by McGrath. He's bang on target today, and he's been pretty active in the field as well. So Ponting out for 19, and Australia 5 down now for 192.
Bill Emery, the experienced wicketkeeper batsman, has got a very good strike rate, an average of only 11, but 84.6, and he'll try and do a job here and give as much strike as possible to Michael Bevan. That's a good positive start. It's not a fancy cricketer, Phil Emery, but it's a very effective one. But over from McGrath, it's 5 for 193. Dermott, his 9th over, has 2 for 22. That's good bowling, superb bowling McDermott. He's not 3 over here this afternoon. Not giving their batsman any width. He's a class act, and he's having a very good summer.
Yes, that really was outstanding bowling. It could be the difference between an acceptable score and one that's not quite there. Bang on target, and have a look at this one. It's bang on middle stump. He was trying to heave that one over the infield, but a very good innings that by Michael Bevan. He's played a couple of good knocks now in a row. 73 off 85 balls against the top Australian side. That's a good effort, and he's getting applause from this crowd who'd appreciate he's not very much. He played some magnificent shots. 6 down for 196.
That was a fine innings from Michael Bevan, and it took a very good bowler to knock him over. It was superb bowling by McDermott. The strike rate of 46. He'll need to put back the ball here, Gavin Robertson. They can't waste a delivery. Australia A. McGrath from the members' end. It's nicely played. They must go for 2 here. And they get it. It's intelligent batting.
Yes, they look almost sluggish out there after Bevan. He's a real whippet.
Well, Bob, he picks up a single, may go for 2. In fact, he will go for 2. That Taylor's got it. This got to be out. Surely, slow. That's out. Yes, it was the 2 slow man. Then Mark Taylor, but Phil Emery was slower. The throw was good.
Yes, he was run out by miles, actually. No need for any replays there. Umpire Peter Parker in position. He just played this away again, right up in the block hole. He did well to get it away. He's got his eye on the ball, turns with his eye on the ball, but oh, that was gone. Yeah, gone by about a yard. And so that's the end of Emery. He had to go for it, certainly in these circumstances. So Australia A now 7 down for 203.
Greg Rowell with career strike rate of 118 for Queensland in the interstate domestic matches. McDermott to bowl the final over. Oh, superb catch. Mark Taylor at mid-wicket took the mark. It was well struck. McDermott strikes again. That was 4 runs off the bat. He took it as clean as a whistle. A superb one.
Yes, it was very well hit, actually. He managed just to get underneath it and hit it, trying to chip it really over the top of the mid-wicket's head here. And just watch this come right off the meat of the bat. He hit it hard, went flying away. Up he goes, and he's a long way off the ground there. That's well taken by Taylor, fielding at mid-wicket. And that brought smiles to everyone's face. Just have a look at it fly away, and up he goes and drags it down. Well caught.
Yes, McDermott, he's been the match winner possibly for Australia. 4 for 23 off 9.1 overs. Robertson out for 5 off 5. 8 for 203. Swing and a miss. And it's through Hill. Can you believe that? That could be 4 byes. Well, the kept it as tight as a bank safe, and Healy lets one through.
Well, you don't often see this. Healy does a great job behind the stumps for Australia. Very professional wicketkeeper. Let's have a look. There's got to be a bad bounce here. Nips back a little bit in front of him and then goes straight up.
In comes McDermott to bowl the final over. Gets some thigh pad on it. They scamper through. So it's 8 for 209. Australia will need 210 to win the first final here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
That was a great performance from the Australian A side, because at the halfway mark it looked as though anything above 190 would be very good for them. This is the way they finished up, 8 for 209, so they've got a bonus there, I reckon, of 20 runs. An excellent performance. Michael Bevan was the man who did it, 73 from 85 balls, and after that runabouts in the test matches, he's really come into his own, looks a very, very good young player. So it's a good competitive target, a real chance for Australia A to win this match. The Australians will have to bat very well indeed.
One slip of gully and a short cover for Greg Rowell, who has been recalled to the Australian A side for the final series. Merv Hughes out injured, and Paul Rifle seconded by the Australian side. Taylor finding the gap, so both players off the mark very quickly. Michael Bevan taking those long strides. 3 to Mark Taylor. Lovely shot. Perfect cover drive there from Michael Slater. It's none for 20. In the commentary position, Jeffrey Boycott and Bill Laurie.
That's the chance you get. It was just a fraction in the air. Beat short cover. It's 4, but when there's a bit of width, you always feel with Michael Slater there's half a chance he doesn't get to the pitch of the ball.
Well, Michael Slater's strength is looking to attack. It can also be his Achilles heel.
He goes again. That's a far better shot into the ground. It'll go all the way down the hill, possibly for 4. 8 runs off the over. A good one for Australia. No wicket for 36. It's a good solid start. Well, there's a little bit of luck. That couldn't have missed by all that much. Yeah, the sound mic there make a big thud, but it wasn't a dreaded goodbye Mr. Slater thud. It was just a bit of luck.
Yes, and he was trying hard to play really good defensive here. Solid defence, no gap between the bat and pad, and really actually sneak through off an inside edge. A slice of luck for him. And that's what the A-team need at the moment. The ball's not doing anything. It's a good pitch. They haven't got a big total on the board, so they need to make one of the batsmen play a loose shot.
That could be almost 4 more. Peter McIntyre giving chase. Greg Rowell, I just think Greg Rowell's just a fraction too straight. Sounds a bit strange to say that, but he's hitting him in the arc between mid-off and mid-on, and there's no risk. That's half in the air, but it falls in safely. It's good over for Australia. Now looking for 44. It's a good contest. Australia just getting on top in the early overs to the run chase. George around the wicket. He got him! That's what they needed. Changed the angle. Mark Taylor's been a little bit streaky. One or two inside edges. This time it finds the timber, and that's what they needed, Australia A.
Well, that's what I was saying a few minutes ago. They need a little bit of luck. Damian Martin and his team just need that bit of luck to go for them. Here, the inside edge goes straight onto the stumps from the pad, where when Michael Slater got an inside edge, it went past the stumps and didn't hit them. But this time, it's given the A-team a start. Australia 1 for 51.
It's Mark Waugh making his way to the batting crease. It's a good breakthrough by Shane George. He knocked over the Australian skipper, who tried to hit it square. Robertson having a warm-up here. He's got a big role to play for Australia A here. It's his home ground. The wicket is a little bit slow. He'll get some turn.
Pinning Mark Waugh down might be a little more difficult. Good save. Quite a useful throwing out too from Ricky Ponting.
Yeah, Mark Waugh's trademark. And he gets it wide of long on. This is a good piece of work though. Gets the hands on it, makes sure that the ball is away from him when he goes into the ditch. Centre point. Almost radiant in the gloom.
Coming towards the end of Blewett's over, but this is his 6th over and he's only had 10 runs taken off him. Very good effort. Got him, and a wicket to go with the 10 runs in the 6 overs. Mark Waugh's gone. He clipped it, as he thought for a moment, quite safely away through mid-wicket. Instead of that, straight to the man at square leg, and 2 down for 80.
Yes, he was looking really to go over mid-wicket, and I think it was the fact that the man at long on was back that made him try and drag the ball further round towards mid-wicket, and that got it onto the inside edge. And so instead of going over mid-wicket, it was straight at square legs. So he's out, gone for 18, Mark Waugh. It's 2 for 80.
David Boone is the new batsman, taking the place of Mark Waugh, who's out for 16, caught by Bevan off Greg Blewett.
Boone's found the gap there, just a bit too full from Gavin Robertson. Greg Rowell putting in the long strides. Just a little change of mind there. Good chase and a good throw from Greg Rowell. A couple of wickets fallen. The 2 blue dots there are the wickets. And really that's the key to it for Australia A. If they can take wickets every 5 overs or so, we'll keep the pressure on Australia. So there's the 50 for Michael Slater. 5 boundaries have come in that 50. He's faced 101 balls. He's had 30 scoring shots in his 50. 2 for 96 as opposed to 2 for 94 at the 28 over mark. Peter McIntyre will continue. Important for Michael Slater to go on, not only for this game. Slater cutting backward of point. There's a fielder out in the boundary, but he won't get around. And that's 4 runs, and he's not being helped by these donkeys who've climbed the fence.
I don't know why those people don't just get marched straight out of the ground, because it is very dangerous. We've already seen back in 82, 83, Terry Alderman clash with a spectator, not in quite those circumstances, but somebody charging to field a ball at an important stage in the game could easily run into that clown. He's got a flag in his hand.
So they've decided to all come as one. Oh, he's had a go at that one just over the top. He really did get onto that one. That was Greg Rowell down there at mid-off, who jumped up in the air. He's very tall, over 2 metres he is, and he couldn't quite get there. But if he did, it might well have taken his hand. This was a beautifully hit shot by Boone. He really did smash it very hard, and over the top she goes. Just a couple of bounces and into the fence.
And whether or not they're celebrating, it's Shane George who's back on again, this time at the Randwick end.
That's good running. Well, was it good running? Had he hit the stumps there, that would have been very close. Langer, the fieldsman, coming in, and we have seen the stumps missed often today. This will be close.
Yeah, it was the underarm throw. It didn't have the power, and just too much loop on it too.
Oh, well bowled. He bowls that quicker ball every now and again, and that was an example of it. Boone didn't really know where it was. 2 for 130. So Greg Rowell to take over now from the Paddington end. That's well played, magnificently hit. It's well pitched up, and there's no one back at deep mid wicket, and Slater has got stuck right into it. They really are coasting at the moment. They're going to have to do something, the A team, and that brings up the 150. And so McIntyre's back into the attack now. And she's got that one away, and it's gone for 4 as well. So once again, using his feet, getting to the pitch of that one. It was a little bit over pitched anyhow, and right off the meat of his bat for 4.
Well, always keen to use his feet, Michael Slater. And just too much loop, really, from Peter McIntyre. He hasn't bowled many bad balls this evening. There's a fair chance, the way Michael Slater is batting, that it's going to be a good contest. Exactly like that. The ball's turning. And that wasn't a long way away at all from the edge of the bat.
Watch his back foot. Does he pick it up? No, he doesn't. So there it is. 39 overs have been bowled now, and Slater is on 87. There's a worry. Boone on 35 in the commentary box. It's going to be Ian Chappell and Richie Bennett.
Well, lovely shot. Shane George has quite a chase here, and he can't get to it. What a well-timed shot.
We've had a lot of good strokes from players on both sides this afternoon and this evening. Certainly nothing better than that. To get it past the infield and then past Shane George, just brilliant.
Oh, and he's gone. What a pity. So many times Michael Slater gets out in the 90s. He really did deserve 100 here. What a pity that he's tossed it away.
Well, Blewett has been moving the ball in the air. He sneaked that one in as another Yorker, or so it appeared to the naked eye. There was a good inducker and almost Yorker length. Probably did him with a swing more than anything. Good innings from Slater, but he's fallen short of the 100 once again. Out for 92, 3 for 167. 3 for 167, 36 to Boone now. Slater out for 92. Now it's going to be McIntyre.
And he's gone. A little bit of bounce there for Peter McIntyre. And 2 wickets.
suddenly got the Australian A side excited.
They certainly are. They've come from everywhere. Everyone who's on the boundary is now in that little huddle out there. And that is a very dangerous situation for the Australian side. That ball spun and lifted. Good bounce there. And McIntyre, understandably, is delighted. Hayden is there. They're all there. 4 for 167.
Stuart Law, the new batsman. So we virtually have 2 new batsmen at the crease, with Steve Waugh only having faced 2 balls. So the white and yellow lines have been crossing paths a few times tonight. What's been a fluctuating match. Gavin Robertson at deep cover point. Stuart Law coming for the second. Steve Waugh was slow to respond to the call. If the throw had gone the other end, he would have had to hustle a bit.
And no one out there is particularly pleased with Gavin Robertson at the moment. They reckon that there's no way in the world that should have been 2. And it was a poor throw as well. Now then, the Australian side, these 2 batsmen out there, Law and Waugh, need a boundary.
And that's exactly what they've got. The ball slipped down leg side, perhaps looking for the leg side stumping. Instead it gets Australia a boundary. 4 for 188. And nicely placed out into the gap.
Placing and pacing, that's what's needed in this situation. Placing it over the top. It was just a little chip over. It fell well short of the man out there at deep extra cover. And you've just got to pace the runs.
And stumped.
Like that.
May well have been caught behind as well. Stuart Law making up his mind that he was going to go down the track before the ball was delivered. Could have been out in both ways.
Certainly there was the sound of the nick, and Phil Emery appealed to the umpire at the bowler's end. McIntyre has another wicket and the Australians have some worries. 5 for 190.
Ian Healy with a very good strike rate of 86.6. He's a good man to have coming in this situation. In the commentary position now, Geoffrey Boycott and Bill Laurie.
Deep mid-wicket for McIntyre, and a man on the cover fence as well. And that's beautifully played into the gap. There was a backward point and a point. It's racing away. McIntyre will be disappointed with that. It's a superb stroke under pressure.
Well, I don't know that it was absolutely awesome, but it was certainly a very good shot, one of his special areas. Once they can get on that back foot, it opens up the whole area at point.
He's gone over mid-wicket. He's making a quick finish of this, Stephen Waugh. It's another boundary, the last ball for Peter McIntyre. 11 runs and a wicket for Peter McIntyre. 2 for 44. It's 5 for 199. Australia A certainly just 1 or 2 wickets short here. They've done a great job defending 209. Hasn't been easy for Australia at all. It's well fielded. Short cover. That's the sort of thing that happens. Hayden there diving away to his right. Saved the possible 4. Five runs required. They want a dot ball now and have Healy on strike for the final over. They'll run for anything, I would think, at this stage. Oh, and he bowls him a full pitch. He may get away for 4. Blewett does well. Good save. For 2 valuable runs. 5 for 207. Healy on strike. It's going to be Greg Rao to bowl, so I think you'll find that all the fieldsmen will come inside the circle. Maybe try and entice Healy to hit over the top. Yes, that's happening apart from the third man and fine leg. No run, dot ball, chance for a run out, misses. That would have been a handy one. That was very close. Umpire Parker in good position.
And get it up in the block hole then. Not easy to hit it in the block hole.
Oh, fielder, but they get a run. What an effort by Waugh. Diving across there, feet and rigs going everywhere. Another few inches closer, a chance for a run out.
It's a bit tight, doesn't it, Bill?
They've left it a bit late, haven't they, really? Mark Taylor will be on the edge of his seat, I can tell you that.
They've given him a run for the money, have the youngsters.
Waugh to Waugh. Charges back to the bowler. No run. Oh, it's all happening now. Look at Greg Waugh. He's grown to 10 foot tall. He's bowled a superb final over.
Well, I think he's bowled fabulously all the way through. I've been really impressed. I've seen him in the other matches he's played. He's used his head, not got carried away by the occasion. He's kept cool. What happens if he gets another Yorker right in and he doesn't score?
They'll run. They'll run for anything on this one. I'll tell you that
run
right
out.
now. They got a run from that. Can you believe that? Well, got it. Scores a level. Greg Waugh's done everything but get a run out here. Stephen Waugh can't believe it.
Actually, it's unlucky. He'd have been better off leaving it to the fielders, actually. They would have run Steve Waugh out. The man there coming in the picture, two of them, would probably have had a better chance.
The last ball. It's Greg Waugh. It's Waugh. He's got it up in the air. He's got it away. It races away for 4. And that's a great victory for the Australian side, but what a finish. A superb effort by Greg Waugh in the final overs. He gave 210%. But in the end, Australia get the victory, so they go 1-0 in the best-of-3 series here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
It was a very good performance from the Australian A side. They held the Australians all the way through. A bit of experience there at the end from Steve Waugh, and Ian Healy did the trick. This is the way the final scorecard looked. 5 for 213. They needed 209 to win. 92 for Michael Slater. He looked as though he was going to go right through the innings there at one stage. A bit impatient at the end. Mark Taylor out for 16, Mark Waugh 16. David Byrne a good knock there, 36 from 39. And Stewie Law out for 13, with 21 for Steve Waugh and 9 for Ian Healy. Now the Australian A bowling, 52 from 10 overs from Rowley. Bowled a very good last over until he got to the 6th ball of it. George 1 for 42. Blewett, I thought he bowled extremely well. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 25. Swung the ball, bowled a good line as well, and had a bit of extra pace. He was a bit sharp out there this evening. Robertson, none for 35 from 10, did a good job in the middle of the innings. And McIntyre, 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 48. Again, showed a great deal of promise. 7 came from the 1 over. Damien Martin bowled. At the moment, from the SCG, it's good.